Sup nerds, after 3 years and 3 shitposts later I've made a self-discovery and a new video. So let's talk about the gaming industry real quick. Why? How am I qualified? Do I really think people are willing to hear me out on the topic? Well, moving on. Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't played it. This video isn't about Baldur's Gate 3. But you might have noticed developers talking negatively about the game, and about how this impacts the industry negatively. The exact same thing happened to Elden Ring, which I have played. If you enjoy spending time on the platform formerly known as Twitter, you might have seen a few developers say you shouldn't expect a higher standard due to how good Baldur's Gate 3 is. Last year was the same thing with Elden Ring. And they do have a point, right? I mean, if so many devs are saying this, there has to be some sort of correctness to it, yeah? Like, come on. We can't expect every game to have the same level of writing as Baldur's Gate, or the refined gameplay of the Soul series, or to be finished on release, right? I really hope you sense the sarcasm in that statement, because yes, of course we can. Now here's my hot take. The praise for Baldur's Gate is for the wrong reasons. Now again, I haven't played it, so I will refer to Elden Ring instead for this, but the praise should be for what makes this game good, not for not being like many other AAA titles. Like, congrats, you did the bare minimum by respecting the consumer. That shouldn't be praiseworthy. Now, it might sound like I dislike Baldur's Gate 3 or Larian Studios, which is not the case. They released a game that most of the players are praising for all the right reasons as well, such as the interactive storytelling, great gameplay, and much more. I just don't think releasing a finished game should be something special. Same goes for just not having microtransactions in your $60 release. And I know people agree with this statement, which is why I'm here to tell you that it's not about to get better. You might think the average gamer is getting tired of predatory monetization, rushed games and heartless projects, to the point where publishers will have to listen before they go bankrupt, just from FIFA 23 sold over 10 million copies. Yeah, so it turns out the average gamer isn't bothered as much by a bad release. You see, to quote the much better research capability of Josh Drive Hayes,
now, when I say average gamer, who do you picture? What lifestyle do they have? And most importantly, how long do you think an average gamer plays games for? Multiple studies have been conducted over the pandemic, a perfect time to study gamers when we're all staying inside gaming. And the state of online gaming is interesting. Reported on by Tech Republic, it was found out the average gamer plays games for 8 hours and 27 minutes a week. That's just over 1 hour and 10 minutes a day. The average gamer is also a mid-30s professional male and has on average 3 children. Now, when I said picture the average gamer, most people don't picture a 30-something-year-old dad of 3 with an hour a day to game. Most people picture a younger person with 4 or more hours of gaming time every single night.
Yeah, it turns out the average gamer probably doesn't have the time or the energy to be upset and expend that energy over a game being bad. Like, when you have that little time on this hobby, then it gets really difficult to actually, expend so much energy instead of just moving on to a different game. And it really is a shame, because when you're spending millions of dollars on development, the product should be great, yet it so very often isn't. The truth is, the AAA industry is targeting the average gamer, not the people who have hours and hours of free time to play their games. And all they need to do is not be so upsettingly bad within the first 2 hours that people start remembering how untrustworthy the companies behind them are. And if we really want to save the industry, what we need is E.T. for the Atari. And I just don't think that's going to happen. It's sad to think that big budget games will rarely have more effort put into them. And although it makes the ones that have that effort put into them feel just a little bit more special, I think we all knew deep down that it would be like this someday. After all, isn't it naive to think that it wouldn't take the same path as the films industry? Yo, I just want to give you a little thanks for watching my video. I worked really hard on it, and I'd love to get any amount of criticism, please. If you really loved it, then let me know what worked. If you really hated it, let me know what didn't. That kind of thing. Subscribe if you want to see more, I guess. If you want to. And I want to thank Josh Strife Hayes for allowing me to use the clip. It was very nice of him. He absolutely didn't have to do that. Yeah, anyway, until next time. Thank you so much for watching.